Hello and thanks for joining me in my workshop today. I'm laughing because this is going to be a fun little video, at least I think it is, just going to be a fun little video about this tool that I've just bought, which is a brake fluid tester. So let me just tell you a little bit about it and then let's try it out and see if it works. I've not tested it yet, so I'm going to test it out now and see if it works. So the story is this: I was shopping last night in Lidl, and if you live in the UK or another company that has Lidl or Aldi supermarkets, you will know what I mean when I talk about the centre aisle. So as usual, I was having a look at the centre aisle, and at the moment in Lidl they have a lot of DIY tools, workshop tools and things in there, and I found this, which it is sold as a brake fluid tester. And what it does is it tests the amount of water, of moisture in your brake fluid, and it gives it a reading of the percentage of moisture in your brake fluid. Now, I have to say this is probably the most useless tool that I've ever bought. Useless not in that it doesn't work, I hope it works, we'll try it out in a second, but unnecessary. Really, do you need to test it? Because if you're using good quality brake fluid and you're changing it regularly, it really shouldn't be an issue. But what it's sold for is between your brake fluid changes. So let's say you change your brake fluid every 2 years. It's sold with the idea that you can test your brake fluid and just make sure it doesn't need changing more frequently. So, well, what is it? Well, I assume it's some kind of humidity damp meter. I've got one here. This is a normal sort of humidity damp meter. You pull the cover off here, and the two little probes, and I use this in my wood workshop for testing the humidity content of wood. So these two spikes here, you just sort of stick them into the wood and it gives you a humidity reading. So I'm assuming that this thing that I bought is something similar to that, because you see smaller, it's like a little pen, and you pull this cap off the bottom here. I'll get that off, and you can see there's two little probes on there. They're not spikes in this case, but because you're not sticking it into wood, but the idea is that you dunk these two little probes into your master cylinder, your brake fluid, and it gives you a reading. So I assume it works on the same kind of principle. So, do you really need one? No, definitely not. But it was, I think it was £6. Now you might say, well, that's a waste of £6, but what, £6 gets you a cup of coffee and a piece of cake in Starbucks these days, doesn't it? So I forego my afternoon coffee today just for the pleasure, because I'm a sucker for little tools like this, just for the pleasure of trying it out. So let's see if it works. So this is the front brake master cylinder of my Scrambler 1200. So I just put a rag underneath here just to make sure I don't spill any brake fluid, and take the cap off. Now it says in the instructions for this little meter that I've bought that it's calibrated to work for .4 brake fluid, which I think is used in most applications. Certainly all my bikes use .4. So but presumably if you don't use .4 then it's not going to be accurately calibrated. So just take the lid off here. There's the little rubber diaphragm there as well. Put that on the side. Right, so let's get this meter. Take the cap off it here. So what we've got is you press the little on-off button here. That comes on, and then you dunk it into the brake fluid, and it gives you a reading. The lights light up there. So let's see what we've got. I've got to turn it towards me. So the bottom light there, green light, is just to tell you that it's on, and the first light has lit up there to say I'm getting a reading, and that says that I have less than 1% of humidity, of water moisture in the brake fluid,
which then says that is okay. I'll just move the camera up a little bit so you can see that better. Right, so the bottom light is just say it's on. So we've got the first reading light on there, so it's okay. If the next reading light came on, or the third one, then it's saying that you need to change it, and the top one says in the instructions that then you need to change it immediately. It's really desperately bad. So interesting. Seems to work. As I say, not really necessary, because if you look after your brakes and you change your fluid when you should do, then there shouldn't be a problem anyway. But it's a nice little toy, isn't it? So careful not to drip that anywhere. Okay, so I just very carefully, I got the little rubber diaphragm here, just very carefully with a piece of workshop tissue, cleaning that off to make sure that we don't get any spill. Just checking the fluid. You can see the fluid level anyway because it's clear, but the fluid level is absolutely fine on this. But put that little diaphragm back in, and then I'll put the lid back on and screw it down again just a second. So yeah, I hope that was interesting. As I said, I bought this in Lidl, so if you're watching this round about the time that I publish it, then if you're interested in getting one, get yourself down to Lidl. I'm sure they'll come up again. They seem to come up cyclically, all of these things sort of every year. They have the same things in again. Totally unnecessary, but a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye.